Boffman Tile entered the yard drain and foundation drain market when they made the high octane, the royal blue. And I have to give them a big shout out. Thank you, Boffman Tile, for doing so. The 8 slot that they have for their agricultural in the yellow, they use the same cutters for the high octane, and they have to slow everything down to remove that much material for that larger inlet in the Boffman high octane. So when you're a big powerhouse like Boffman Tile and you're running millions of feet per day, plural, millions of 4-inch pipe, and then you have to slow down production to make a yard drain pipe, I just have to give them a shout out. Thank you, Boffman Tile, for what you're doing for us. We really do appreciate it. Ditch Witch SK752 versus the Bobcat MT85. So we demoed this machine for the day, and Scott and I, we were really curious, did Bobcat make up enough ground on Ditch Witch? We didn't know. If they did, we would be buying one. So here we go. Here's our review. Okay, so our Ditch Witch SK850 Plus is today's 1050. And we're going to be getting a new one. We're going to tell you why. Scott and I, we demoed that Bobcat. All right, go ahead.
Well, the first thing I didn't like was the controls on the Bobcat. The Ditch Witch, your sides are independent. So this machine will just do a complete 360 without dragging the tracks. The arms are built thicker on this thing, which Lord knows we need it as strong as it can be.
Yeah.
The Bobcat was probably half that size steel-wise on the front. The undercarriage of the Bobcat, too, did not like when the stones got in the roller wheels.
Yeah, the popping, when stones would get in the Bobcat tracks, it was crazy. The way the Bobcat's built, it's like they can't get out.
Right. And then just user comfort. This thing rides better, and the ground speed is higher. And unfortunately, with how many trips we make back, just a few extra seconds a trip is going to add up through the day.
When you were on the Bobcat and you went by me, it was so slow. I was like, oh my God, and it was wide open.
It feels like a turtle compared to this.
So this is a really big part of why we love the Ditch Witch. You could do this and you could have one track back up, one go forward, do a 360. Bobcat doesn't do that.
Nope.
When you tried, the Bobcat's got
drags one side.
There's always one side dragging when you go do a 360. So it's more like a true skid loader, and it would just flip the plywood up. Matter of fact, you tore the sticker on a brand new
machine with 1.5 hours on it.
So we also have a subscriber who commented.
Yes.
And he said that after 700 hours, the Bobcat has quite a lot going on right here in the skid area. It's kind of like a full-size skid loader the way they built it.
Expensive repair.
After 700 hours, God, what did he say he spent? It was thousands of dollars. So, and
this one has 1,200 hours, and the worst we had to do to it was one wheel bearing.
Yeah, one wheel bearing, 1,200 hours, Ditch Witch. I mean, this thing is...
This is the second set of tracks. It's 1,200 hours.
So, now, in all fairness, we didn't put our SK850 Plus up against that machine. We put our 752, so that their capacity, the rating, everything was the same. Now, that was apples to apples.
Yep.
So what ended up happening was, in every category, ground speed, the hinge pin, you got a higher...
2.5 inches higher than the Bobcat, which helps us with that gooseneck.
Yeah, getting over the side of a dump.
So even the 752, not being a turbo, was still faster than the Bobcat.
Bobcat's got a ways to go. I hope somebody in the Bobcat Corporation sees videos like this. We like the company, we like the skid loaders, we don't like the Mini. Wouldn't recommend the Mini at all.
I'll keep my Ditch Witch.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to call our rep, and we're going to, we want another Mini, so we're going to get the SK1050. It's a big, bad Mini, trust me, and it'll outwork any other Mini on the market for sure. We know that. And that whole Bobcat thing was kind of instigated by me. I seen it and I said, wow, they look like they're really going places.
Yeah.
I was impressed with a couple of things. As far as it looked like the comfort to the operator was there, but in truth, it was not. It was a rougher ride. So the guys complained about the ride of the Bobcat.
There's a lot more daily maintenance. Each one of the rollers has to be greased daily.
Really?
Yep.
Man,
These have the bearings that you just have to pack every 500 hours.
Yeah, there's no. That's a great thing to note. There's no maintenance as far as grease fittings on this machine. Just
except for the track tensioner.
That's it. Right here. This is for track tension. This is threaded. You undo this cap and you put on the gauge, and you pump it until the gauge reads in the green. And that's just for track tension, to keep the tracks on the machine. So, all right, guys, before you spend your money, your hard-earned money, do your homework. But we highly recommend and endorse Ditch Witch. We are not in any way,
right?
I mean, we're not.
Sponsored.
Yeah, that's right. We're not sponsored by Ditch Witch. We don't get special treatment from Ditch Witch. We're just here to help the contractors that are busting their butt like us to make a sound decision, spend
something that'll last.
That's it, man. When we buy equipment, I mean, we don't need equipment that we're maintaining, that's broke, that's down, that's slow. Right. All these things we talked about.
Yep.
So this here keeps our production up. We can get a lot done with the Ditch Witch.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to stay with the Ditch Witch family. And Toro did buy Ditch Witch out. FYI, this just happened. We'll see what transpires out of that. I think that Toro's Dingo was falling so far behind that was the quickest way for them. Yep. There was just no playing catch up anymore. So, they just pulled out their big fat checkbook and bought Ditch Witch, which is insane. So we'll see what the future brings there. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Until next time. Let's all work hard to do it right the first time. We're going to keep it simple. You DIYers, stay tuned for more high octane.